As a photographer, I daydream about going to places like the Galapagos or on a safari to take photos of amazing animals. And while an adventure like that would really be great, uh, there's actually amazing opportunities and adventures literally right outside my door. In late fall of 2022, I began hearing strange, eerie, creaky noises, sounds, scratching sounds in the evening, right about sunset and then into the evening. And occasionally there would be a blood-chilling shriek to go along with it. Oh, those were quite startling. Anyway, the sounds were coming from some Italian cypress trees in my neighbor's yard just over here. And soon I began seeing large white birds swooping silently through the neighborhood in the night sky. These were definitely owls. In January of 2023, I began setting out trail cameras, like this one right here. And I pointed the cameras, set them on tripods, and I pointed the cameras in the direction of previous sightings. And trail cameras like these have a infrared mechanism inside of them, an infrared flash, where they can take a photograph of animals in darkness and light them up, with the infrared flash, without interfering with the animal's sight for hunting purposes. The photos confirmed what I had seen was barn owls. Barn owls are the most widely distributed owl species, and they are found worldwide, as you can see on this map right here. Their conservation status is least concern. Barn owls have heart-shaped faces. Their plumage is brown, rusty tan on their backs and on their wings, and on their tail. The wings are white on the underside, along with the breast, which has dark speckles. The female looks like the male, with the addition of a brown wash over the breast and belly. Barn owls are 16 to 19 inches tall, and their wingspan is 36 to 42 inches. This is a fairly large bird, but they're mostly feathers, tipping the scales at 1 to 1.5 pounds. The female is larger than the male. Well, barn owls will nest and hunt in any place where their prey can be found. So they're going to be in farm fields, they'll be in woodland areas, prairies, cliffs, even suburban parks and neighborhoods. Mice, rats, voles, small rabbits, snakes, rodents, birds, these are all on the menu for the barn owl. With a typical lifespan of about 10 years, a barn owl can consume up to 11,000 rodents. They hunt nocturnally by sight, extremely well-developed nighttime sight. However, they can hunt in total darkness by sound only. Barn owls mate for life. They nest in the cavities of trees and man-made structures like owl boxes and barns, barn owl barns. They have a clutch size that's based on the availability of prey. The more prey, the larger the clutch. Average is 3 to 7 eggs. The female lays the eggs over a period of every day or every other day, and the incubation is 30 to 34 days. The chicks will hatch every day for a period of about 2 weeks. This creates a variety of ages in the nest amongst all the owlets. Like many bird species, owls are altricial. That's a fancy word that just means they are helpless and bald when they hatch. The male brings food to the female, which she tears up and distributes among the owlets. By 2 weeks, the owls are covered with a fuzzy down, but they still look quite bald, and they are by this point about half the weight of their parents. At 3 weeks, feathered quills begin to emerge on the owlets. They can stand up, flap their wings, and flap their tails up and down. And they also make a little snoring, buzzing sound to attract attention of the parent bird. And I guess this is probably an attempt to say, hey, feed me first. Anyhow, food is still brought back to the nest by the male, but instead of being torn up by the female and distributed, food is provided whole to the owlets. By 4 weeks old, both of the parent birds are out searching for food to bring back to their growing owlets in their clutch. With chicks of varying ages in the nest, the older ones are generally stronger, they're larger, and healthier than their younger siblings. As the parents bring back the food, they bring it back whole, and that means that only one owlet can eat at a time. In many bird species, the largest and the strongest gets the food, leaving the younger and weaker to die. Well, barn owls exhibit an unusual behavior, a cooperative behavior, in that the older owlets will sometimes provide food to their younger, hungry siblings. This cooperative behavior became the subject of a research project headed by Pauline Ducouret from the University of Lausanne in Switzerland. The research team wanted to know how this unique behavior could be. So they asked some questions. Is there a direct benefit for the older owl to give the younger owls their food? Or could this be an example of kin selection, an indirect benefit gained from helping others who share the same genetic heritage? Well, it turns out that the answer is yes, both. The younger owlets groomed the older owlets in exchange for food. Sometimes the older owlets would give their food to younger siblings without the benefit of grooming. Well, lest we conclude that barn owls are altruistic, food sharing happened only when the research team provided sufficient food. The older owlets did not risk their survival to take care of their younger siblings. Owl chicks fledge at 9 weeks and begin to fly briefly away from the nest. Even though the young are fledged, they do remain dependent upon their parents until about 13 weeks old. During this time, the female teaches the young fledglings how to hunt. Predators to barn owls include great horned owls, large hawks, carnivorous animals such as cats and coyotes and things like that could get up to the nest, raccoons, and collisions with cars accounts for the death of many owls every year, and not just barn owls. The owls will be flying in pursuit of their prey, which is scurrying along the ground, and they will fly in front of a car. Then, blinded by the headlights, they have a collision with the car and are killed. The poisoning of rodents also accounts for the death of many owls and other birds of prey as well. When the owl eats a poisoned rodent or takes this rodent back to the nest and distributes it to the young, an entire clutch can be killed off. I don't like rodents any better than anybody else does, but there's a better way to get rid of them than poisoning. So, just putting that out there. Well, anyhow, owls return to the same nesting spot year after year as long as there is adequate food. I did not see nor hear the owls after August of 2023. As fall became winter, I'd hoped that they would return. But as of the filming of this video, which is the end of February 2024, haven't seen or heard any owls this year. So it appears they're not coming back this year. I'm drawing the conclusion that there just wasn't enough food in the area to maintain a nesting site. So they moved on. Well, I'm sad not to have them around, but I am also extremely grateful to have had the opportunity to observe these amazing birds. It has truly been a treat to watch them. Well, anyhow, thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up for a like and subscribe so you won't miss out on future content from Birds and More. I know you can be anywhere. Thanks for spending some time with me. Until next time, see you around.